That should do it.
Thankfully, dragons sleep a lot.
What's this?
Oh, it's a bathtub that goes all the way around the castle. Good guard George thought of it. Dragons are afraid of baths.
I do not like this name bathtub. I think we should call her a moat.
Oh,
Yeah, nice.
How do we get water in there?
Oh, I got it.
Wow, that was some magic trick.
Well, geographically speaking, this area is rife with underground springs.
The dragon.
She's back!
So, we got a moat.
But you're on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not again!
Back!
Watch
Careful!
Luckily, dragons can't climb trees, but they did eat loots. The moat had stopped the dragon from getting into the castle, but it stopped them too. And it was getting late and cold. If George wanted to be a knight, he had to get everyone back in the castle. George could build a bridge, but the dragon could cross the bridge too. He needed a bridge that people could cross, but that would disappear when dragons showed up. And then, good guard George saw it. It was the perfect bridge for dragons.
George, you okay?
George was better than okay. He knew how to keep Charky off stage.
You're a genius.
What is it?
It's a drawbridge.
To build a drawbridge, you need some wood, and a way to keep the wood together, and a hinge, so your drawbridge can fold up, and some rope, and a pulley, so you can raise and lower your bridge. And you have to get rid of your stairs. That way, knights could enter, but dragons stayed out.
Sire, 2 riders approacheth.
Guard!
Something was wrong. This wasn't in the play.
Come! For building a dragon-proof drawbridge, I knight thee, Sir Giorgio!
George had saved the play, protected the castle, and become a knight. And he did it twice on Saturday.
Great idea, George. We can turn this blanket into a sail and we can zoom over the flats. We need a mast and a boom. The 2 poles you hang sails on. I know all about sailboats from that model boat competition, remember?
George remembered now. One pole went up and down, and the other went across the bottom. It was the perfect place for a mast. If only he had a couple of poles.
From the recycling bins, take anything you want.
Sails didn't have bristles or dustpans, so they removed them. Now, how could he hold the handles together? Luckily, that was a snap.
Ready to hang the sail? That's another nautical expression.
Once their sail was sail-shaped, they needed to attach it to the poles. Attaching it to the mast and boom was a breeze. Well, almost. With their sail in place, they'd soon be moving quickly. But their mast blew past. So George found a way to hold it fast.
Ready? Okay. What if we let the boom out so the sail catches the wind? Perfect! Here you go, Mr. Torsten. It's 4:45. Only one more delivery, but we'll never make it all the way around the lake to Windmill Lane by 5 o'clock.
They didn't have to go around the lake. They could go across it.
Good idea, George. You do the honors. Not bad for a city kid. She's a real beaut. Couldn't have done it without you, partner. So, George, day 1 of a new golden pouch delivery year starts today. Think we'll win again?
George was certain. Because when it came to paper delivery, it was always smooth sailing with Bill. Here you go. Toots was going to infect the doorman. George had to stop him.
Thanks.
There you go.
George and Yoki needed to get to the doorman's pen quickly. But their spaceship was tired. very tired.
Soup delivery for the patient. Three-letter word for feline. Ah, of course. Oh, drat. Do you have a pen I might borrow?
Certainly.
This didn't look good.
Here we go.
Now, what was that word?
That's it. Put the pen in your mouth. Put it in your mouth.
They were going to infect Professor Wiseman. They had to distract her.
Shoo-shoo. Ah, yes, cat.
You've won this one, monkey. But just wait. Quick, get on her hand. Monkey! See ya, monkey!
Toots was heading towards Professor Wiseman's mouth. But George found a shortcut.
Goodness, you look awful.
I feel a little better.
Well, I've got just the thing to help you feel even better. Homemade chicken soup.
This is it. We'll go right back to the big guy. Then we'll have ourselves a real jammy party. 'Cause I'm a rambling jerk.
It looked like there was no way to stop Toots. But then, George remembered something.
Ugh, feels like something's crawling on my hands. How odd. I'd better wash them.
No. Wait, don't wash your hands. Whatever you do, please don't wash your hands.
George knew that there were still other germs out there, but at least he had made his building a tiny bit safer. When George woke up from his strange dream, he decided to go check on the man right away. But there was something he had to do even before that. Wash his hands. And his feet. After all, you can never be too careful.
Nope, not here either.
Mr. Quint was right. Grebe eggs were the same size as George's egg, but their color was all wrong. George's egg didn't have spots, but his drawing did.
That's our Tiffany, all right. Oh.
And there. Okie doke, you can go swimming now.
Yeah.
Could it be a sparrow?
Did you find the mommy?
If George was going to find the egg's mommy, his drawing had to be the right size and the right color. But he was running out of time. The day was almost over.
It's gonna be hard to find Tiffany's mommy in the dark. Hey, let's ask the experts. They might know who the mommy is. Anyone know what kind of egg this is?
Looks like a house wren to me.
I'd say it's a parakeet.
More like a house finch to me.
You got that, George? A house wren, a parakeet, or a house finch?
Find the mommy yet?
No.
Ugh.
House wrens had tiny reddish-brown eggs. And parakeets had little pink eggs. And house finches had light blue eggs.
Oh, George still looking for the mommy?
Yeah.
Why couldn't George find the nest? His drawing was the right size, the right color. But wait, it wasn't the right shape. The other eggs were oval, but his egg was round.
They all must have hatched. Oh, hi, George.
The man was looking for eggs too?
What is it, George? Oh, Lord!
Let's face it. George is never gonna find the mommy. We'll just have to move the egg.
But Tiffany could get sloshed.
Well, it's better than getting squished. Hey!
George? What do you know? A late bloomer.
Chelidra serpentina.
A turtle! Why didn't I think of that? Turtles bury their eggs in sand near water. Maybe this one got uncovered when the other eggs hatched.
I think Tiffany wants to go swim.
As you can see, all kinds of animals lay eggs. Amphibians, reptiles, monotremes.
Don't forget dinosaurs!
Maybe George would find one of those eggs next year.
Bye-bye, Tiffany.
So long, little turtle. See you later, little guy.
We have a total of 48.
48 points and 21 minutes left. What's next?
Only hard ones. 8 things that add up to 1.
Huh?
George knew that 1 and 1 adds up to 2. But 8 things that add up to 1?
What else?
100 diamonds.
Ooh.
They're worth 100 points. But you have to have all 100.
Diamonds? George remembered a diamond.
Joe, good luck. Ooh, what did you find for our team?
That's diamond-shaped, all right.
Only 99 left to go.
You rescued it! Thank you so much! Make that 100 left to go.
15 minutes? I guess we better stick with what we got.
Woo!
Nice breeze. Our octagon. Oh, I got him. No. Whoa. Oh, no. 48 points. All gone. Maybe we're not as clever as I thought.
George wished he could cheer up Chef Biscotti. Then he remembered the one thing that always cheered him up.
Just in time. Ooh.
You really like my pizza, eh? Cheers you up? Oh, that's nice, Giorgio. You're right. It cheers me up, too. Why worry about making the best mud pie or winning a race? I got all my good friends. And if my pizza makes you happy, well then, what more could I ask? Nothing like a slice of pizza. Or two.
Or sometimes all 8.
It's true. Sometimes I eat all. My goodness. 8 pieces. 8 slices that add up to 1. 1 pizza. That's the answer, Natty. I love you.
Oh, Chef.
Diamonds! 100 at least.
What time is it?
2 minutes.
Run!
Come on, where are they? They have to make it.
We are here!
Oh, very good. 100 diamonds? 8 things that add up to 1 thing? They seemed impossible, but you figured them out, cousin.
Well, I had a little help. It's been a fair game, cousin. May the best man win.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a score. As you know, the sponsors of the hunt base their donation on the number of points the teams accrue. This year, I'm proud to say the shelter will have the biggest donation ever, thanks to the winning team, Team Piscetti. The animals of the N Avenue shelter, thank you.
Oh, I'm so happy.
George was glad he'd helped the chef with the contest. But win or lose, the chef was always a champion to George.
Wait, stop it, you're tickling me. What are you doing?
Double O Monkey could smell Steve from here. His tracking devices were working like a charm. Oh no, Steve's scent was drowned in a sea of similar smells. George would never be able to pick up Steve's trail. It was clear 3 senses weren't enough to track the slippery Steve. Double O Monkey would need 4. Luckily, he knew someone with a taste for tracking. Or at least a taste for treats.
I hope Sharky is able to follow the crumbs. Otherwise, I'll be covered in whatever Steve's making me this time.
Time was running out for 00 Monkey. The recital was tonight. This had to work. Steve's trail ended here. Which room was Steve in?
Oh,
His tracking device. The sound was louder here. He could smell the backpack, too.
Betsy's gonna love this.
Betsy was right. Steve was making another surprise for her.
Now I just have to find a box.
And George had to find out what. 00 Monkey couldn't see through the window. Maybe he could feel what it was. It felt like a jar, and it was wet. Paint? That was a weird good luck gift. Although Betsy did love to paint. Maybe Steve had a whole set of paints for her? It was a gift that could go really, really bad. George had to warn her. Monkey was too late. Luckily, super spies are very fast on their feet.
Way to go, George!
Here we go again.
This is for you.
It's beautiful. Thank you. But why'd you make me a vase?
Because it wasn't anything that could slop on you. Look, it's supposed to be you doing your solo. The paint got smudged somehow when I set it out to dry. But I kind of like it. It makes it look like you're actually moving. It sure was lucky you were here, George. That vase would have smashed into a zillion pieces.
00 Monkey saves the day again.
And then he wasn't.
Sir, the drive belt snapped. We can't go if the prop don't spin. Yes, sir. Of course. We can use the belt from an automobile. I'll get one.
It looked like Duxie couldn't hope to beat that American monkey. There was no chance of winning now. But then... the monkey tightened his rubber band one turn too many. This race wasn't over yet.
No power! Without propellers, my ship will go wherever the wind blows it.
Chuck Monkey had to help, but his plane couldn't fly. Fortunately, Doxy's ship was still on the ground. He explained the emergency as they took off. But Lieutenant Doxy didn't understand. The monkey ruined his ship, and now he was about to do the same to the Doxies.
I got a belt, sir! Come back!
But they couldn't go back because they couldn't control the ship. If they didn't get a belt quickly, they too would blow into the Eiffel Tower. Clothes for a belt? What a great idea!
Go! How can I ever thank you?
Putting the Baron in an emergency life balloon, the clever flyers used their ship's propellers to create a wind to blow him back to the landing field. They saved the Baron, but they were in last place. Still, no obstacle was too big for Chuck Monkey and Lieutenant Doxy. Maybe together they could win this race. It wasn't 1909. Hundley wasn't in a race, and his balloon was still stuck. But if it was a dream, why could he still hear his airship's propeller? The fan. It sounded a lot like a propeller. And it looked a lot like a propeller. And if it moved air, it would move things that were in the air, right? George raced back without the fishing pole because he had another idea. And it was the same idea that Hundley just had. George aimed the fan. Hundley barked orders like a famous aviator. Aiming the wind behind the balloon, George could push it where he wanted it to go.
Air conditioning is all fixed. Hundley, you're relieved from duty.
You want to go to the park and fly that plane, George?
Hundley had something else he needed to do.
Won't be needing this anymore. You want it on? Okay. Kinda noisy if you want a nap.
It was exactly what Hundley wanted to hear. Because he had some unfinished business back in 1909.
With the aid of a monkey, the Doxy is pulling ahead. Folks, if they win this one, people will be talking about this victory 100 years from now.
The monkey was back.
Okay, George. Give her a shake and let's see what it sounds like.
I can tell you right now, goats don't play the accordion. That's another thing goats do. They chew things, especially boxes.
Goats do eat an awful lot, but if there were a goat in there, we'd hear it moving around.
It moved! I heard it move! Hello, Mr. Goat! Hello!
It was just a squirrel.
He was probably having a play date with the goat.
Go on, George, shake it. Let's see what it sounds like. Sounds like a bunch of cans of soup.
Who sends cans of soup? Unless They put cans of soup in there for the goat to eat.
Grown-ups send weird things. My aunt once sent me underwear for my birthday. I'd rather have soup.
George could feel something inside the box. It was another clue. What it felt like, whatever it was round and hard and covered in stiff hair.
Okay.
Let me. She'll just say it feels like a goat. Holy cow! That feels like a goat! Could it be?
Told you.
Goats were smelly. But the box smelled like, well, George didn't know exactly what, but it didn't smell like goat.
That does not smell like a goat.
Maybe it had a bath. Grandma always makes me take a bath before I go on a trip.
Could it be a very clean goat?
Look, it's a delivery truck.
He must be here to pick up the box.
George didn't want to say goodbye to the box until he figured out what was inside.
Please, don't take it yet.
Oh, sorry. I've got my orders.
But mister, we still haven't figured out what's inside.
Yes, we have. It's a goat.
Huh? George, we can't keep it. We don't even know who it's for.
It's for you!
We left it here this morning. Why haven't you opened it?
Oh, this was from you?
It's a little present to thank you for helping us with the volcanoes.
Yes, I often wonder how other scientists manage without a monkey.
Sure, go ahead, George.
George couldn't wait to meet his new goat or eat soup, whichever it was.
No goat.
Do you know what those are, George?
George knew furry bowling balls when he saw them.
No, George, those are coconuts.
So that was coconut water sloshing, not soup.
And this isn't goat hair, it's coconut hair.
Gee, you flew all this way just to give us coconuts?
No, much more.
Oh, straws. Lays? Shirts? Hey, neat. Oh, another box to open, George. What is all this?
A luau in a box! We'd have stayed when we dropped the box off earlier, but we left our ukuleles in our other lab coats.
Well, George, we learned an important lesson today. A box can weigh, feel, and sound like a goat, but if it doesn't smell like a goat, it's probably coconuts.
If there was one thing George was an expert at, it was making noise.
I have to set it on repeat. It'll go all night.
George's noise machine was sure to keep the deer away. but it was keeping everyone up.
Morning, George.
Thanks, George. I'm beat. We need to think of something that doesn't keep everyone awake. But first, I just need a nap.
There had to be a way to save the garden. Tree sap. George didn't like the way it made his fur feel sticky. Maybe George could find a way to make the garden sticky. Tape was sticky. It would keep the deer out of the garden all right. Unfortunately, it kept them out too.
Oh. Well, this isn't going to work. The proper way to approach this problem is scientifically. And scientifically, I'm out of ideas. We tried to keep the deer out with a scarecrow they could see, noises they could hear, and sticky tape they could feel. What's left? Smell. Yeah, I tried that once on my mom's garden before she got the fence. I made the stinkiest potion ever. Rotten eggs, old socks. Then I put it on my mom's garden. It kept the deer out. And my mom, too. Turns out nobody likes a garden that smells like old socks. Who knew? Taste, right. Only deer like the way flowers taste. That's the problem.
Allie was coming back in just a few days. And George was worried there wouldn't be any garden left when she got home. But then he remembered something the deer didn't like. Oatmeal. But that didn't make sense. Oatmeal was delicious. It was just oats with a little cinnamon on top. If deer didn't like the taste of cinnamon on oatmeal, maybe they wouldn't like it on flowers either. George made a special flower-protecting formula full of cinnamon. If the deer didn't like the taste of the flowers, maybe they wouldn't eat them. At least, that's what George hoped. The next morning, George and Bill arrived early. There wasn't a single deer in sight. The garden was saved.
Not bad for a city kid.
The deer had moved on and found food that didn't taste bad to them. And after just a few days, the flowers grew back. Just in time for Allie's return.
Flowers! Oh, look at them. They just grow. How easy is that? Hey, look what I made in camp. A deer call. It sounds like this. Look, it works. Here they come.
Yeah, I know. My turn.
I've got one. I've got one.
I'll get it. Ow! This shoe is really small. Maybe my left foot had a growth spurt?
I thought I heard a bowling ball on a snack stand.
Maybe it was just thunder. Oh! I found a popcorn!
Something was still wrong with the shoes. Lucy and Charlie's shoes were all size 10s. Both Janice's shoes were size 6s. And Bill's shoes were both 9s. So why did they fit differently? The 9s were written in different colors. Why did Mr. Berg's shoe numbers come in so many different colors? Hey, George hadn't noticed these colored signs before. There was a blue man, a red lady, and green children. They were the same colors as the shoes. Maybe the different colors meant they were different kinds of shoes. The shoe with the number in green was the smallest. Green numbers must be for children. The shoe with the red number was a little bigger. Red numbers must be for ladies. The shoes with blue numbers were the biggest of all. Blue numbers must be for men. When you matched the numbers and the colors, you got two shoes that were the exact same size.
George, what are you... The different colors mean they're different kinds of shoes. How'd you ever figure that out? You're pretty smart for a city kid.
My right shoe is too small, and it won't let me walk straight.
Jimmy already has two shoes with the same color number. So what's wrong with his right shoe?
George couldn't figure out what was wrong. The shoes were exactly alike. Could that be the problem? Jimmy was wearing two left shoes.
I've got two left shoes? How did I not notice that?
Thanks, George.
George had finally sorted the shoes perfectly.
Yes! Ready, George?
He even found the right size for himself. Everyone scored big points. The fundraiser was a huge success. And the bobolinks got their nesting ground. Yep, that one was vinegar. Now he needed more vinegar.
Did I hear a crash? Oh, why do you smell like salad dressing, George?
Luckily, George knew someone who could drive him to the store.
Let's see, vinegar. Ha! Vinegar! Making pickles out of all those cucumbers is a great idea, George.
Did somebody say pickles? Well, you're in luck. We're celebrating harvest season with an international pickle display. Here's our country. And here's India, Korea, Norway, Ireland, and Mexico. Some pickles are sweet, they're really a treat. While sour is king, hot ones have a zing. If a pickle is very hot, try some dairy, like Raita, Delighta. Here's chutney from India, you see, embellishing their food so tastefully. In a rainbow of colors, we've got orange, green, and brown. Keep the Raita, there's yogurt in it, kinda cools things down. In Korea, they like to eat kimchi. It's great stuff, I think you'll all agree. It's cabbage, radish, and green scallions. I could eat it by the pint or by the galleon. In Norway, they eat herring, a pickled fish, how daring. The Irish have pickled corned beef. And if Peter Piper pickled a peck of peppers, wouldn't you know? A peck of pickled peppers is what you eat. In Mexico, they pickle with the best. It's salsa, I'm sure you'll be impressed. Yes, anywhere you travel, the whole world round, there's tasty pickles there to be found. There's tasty pickles there to be found.
So, George, what kind of pickles do you want to make? I was afraid you'd say that.
George made some of his pickles sweet, and other pickles he made savory.
I've gotten used to them.
And some of them he made spicy.
Now, we just have to wait 2 weeks for our pickles to be done. We did it! Only now, instead of having lots of cucumbers, we have lots of pickles.
Gee, thanks, George. I love pickles even more than I love cucumbers.
So people took a lot.
Well, I do have pickles of my own, but I've never had a pickle made by a monkey.
Finally, the last pickle was gone.
Your pickles were so tasty, I thought maybe you could pickle some of our vegetables, too.
How do you feel about pickling eggs?
I've got some fish.
This is great.
Could you pickle this?
Thanks, George.
Looks like we'll need more vinegar.
Way to go, doggy! Oh, hi, George. You want to take a run? Sure. That was awesome. Next time my dog gets loose, I'm doing that.
This wasn't right. Wiener dogs were built to be low to the ground. Then again, being up high did have its advantages. Hundley had to admit, catching that thing was fun, even if it didn't taste very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 8 wiener dogs in all. George now had 6. That meant he had to find 2 more dogs. 8 dogs was 2 more than 6.
Did a monkey carrying 2 wiener dogs just go by, Harold?
I think it's quitting time, Lloyd.
1, 2. 2 dogs plus 6 made 8. George had them all. But he still had to get them back home before the show.
George?
You guys brought my dogs to the theater for me? How kind.